Hi friends, welcome back to my channel and today's video. So the Swedish word of the day is escape, which is in Swedish fly. Fly. So in today's video I am going to feature the new Kaleidos Escape collection. I have known about this collection for months now. They actually asked me and we talked about this collection quite a while ago, and they told me that it would include a lot of new products, but then also a new eyeshadow palette that isn't the normal 6-pan eyeshadow, but it has 15 shades. They asked me if I wanted it, and you bet your sweet ass I said yes. I got this PR collection yesterday. It was a bit delayed, nothing to do with Kaleidos, but just the world is how it is right now, and that's totally fine. I just want to show you this cool box that it came with. It comes with a key as well, and apparently, I don't know if this is true, but everyone who buys the PR package or gets the PR package gets like their own keys. So I won't be able to open this up if you bought the PR package, which I think is really cool actually. As I said, this was sent to me from Kaleidos, and I want to thank them so much. I just wanted to say that so you guys know that, but I am going to start off with the first product, and I have actually already applied it, and that was the Tone Activator Eyeshadow Primer. This is what I applied on this eye. It is a little bit like an eyeshadow primer and a concealer, and I don't like that, especially not now when it is so dry outside or when it is so hot outside. So I actually applied my Milani eyeshadow primer on this eye so that we can test this out and we can see, since I haven't tested out these shadows, and if it ends up cracking on me or something weird happens, we know what it is. But on this eye I have my Milani eyeshadow primer, which I love, and on this eye I have the Kaleidos one. So I thought that we would hop into the eyeshadow palette. The eyeshadow palette retails for $42, and this is already available, but however I think that the PR package bundle is sold out. So I'm sure that you have seen this collection all over the place. So this is just the packaging, and then this is what the eyeshadow palette looks like. Some of the products came to me broken, but luckily it's only shimmers that has broken, so I could press them down, just put down a little bit of paper and then used some pressure from my finger, and that was totally fine. The palette is a bit bulky, as you can see, and then when we open her up, I did it upside down. This is what she looks like. She is a gorgeous little darling. The shadow that came broken was the Galactic Gala, which is this shadow right here. But again, I just pressed it down with my finger and everything was fine. The palette retails for $42, and it says like this on their Instagram: until July 1st, $8.40 of each order, including the Escape Pod. 20% of the Escape Pod price will be donated to the NAACP Legal Defense and Education Fund. No code necessary. So that's pretty cool. So I think I want to start off with the shade Flamingo, which is this neon pink right here. And let's see here. A million people in the crowd, but I only see your face in all the lights. So right off the bat, I can tell that you need to build this up a little bit. Oh, and I think that these shadows will stain, because I swatched this palette yesterday, and I will put up on the screen right now just so you can see what the swatches look like. But when I swatched it with my fingers, I could tell that my fingers got a little bit stained, especially from the shade Carnival and Flamingo, maybe even Mardi Gras, and that is the pink, the purple, and the red shade. Just so you have that in mind. I don't mind staining. I feel like if I oil cleanse first, I usually get most of the staining off, but if I would only go in with like a micellar water and then a normal cleanser, it doesn't remove as much. But if I go in with some form of oil, the staining goes away a lot quicker, and it is a lot easier to just get rid of. So I usually have a little bit of staining when I go to bed, but then when I wake up the next day, everything is usually gone. And I think my dog has woken up. Lady. Yeah, sorry about that. Now I'm gonna take the shade Carnival, which is this shade right here. I'm tapping my brush off, and I'm not taking too much product because I kind of wanna blend out the pink as well, and I don't want to have too much of the shade Carnival. If I do, I also see right now that in the pan I got a little bit of kick up. And I have dog hair all over.
Did you ever stop and think?
Okay, so I'm sitting in a new location as well right now, and like we have a lot of new locations, but this is actually where I sit when I do my makeup. So my window is like right over there. This is my living. Did you capture that? What the fuck? It flew away, but no worries, just put it on. So yeah, we're in my living room. This is obviously my couch, and then I have my table right here, and I just do my makeup right here when I get ready in the morning. And I filmed an Instagram video right here, like a makeup tutorial and skincare, and a lot of you guys seem to like it, so I thought, why not just stay here? I'm gonna take a little bit more on this side, and then what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna take a clean brush, just a little brush like this, and I'm gonna take the shade Lo-Fi, which is this white beige shade. It's not white, but it is like a beige shade, and I am just gonna take this sort of on top of this because I feel like it got a little bit of a harsh line, so sort of like that, so we can kind of erase a little bit of the shadow. So I think I want to go in a little bit more with the shade Flamingo, and then I'm gonna go in with the shade Mardi Gras. So I've talked about this before in other videos, but you have no idea how much I've tried to avoid seeing this palette. So as I said, I knew that they were coming out with a 15 pan eyeshadow palette and some other shit, but I didn't know what it looked like. And then I think it was Anna, which is a Swedish friend, or how to say, that I talk to a lot on YouTube, no, on Instagram I mean. She was like, did you see this collection? And then she sent me pictures, and I was like, no, I don't want to see. I want this to be a surprise. I have tried to avoid seeing this palette. Obviously I could see that there was a purple and a green in the palette, so I could see that there was some shadows, but I didn't want to like look at it, and it's just been so hard. I haven't seen any videos, so I don't know what anyone else thinks about this palette or this collection, but I do want to make it perfectly clear that this is a first impression and nothing else. So now that we have done that, we obviously have these stripes on our eyes, and we don't want to have that, at least I don't. So I'm taking the brush that I applied the pink shade Flamingo with, and I'm kind of just packing it on to help it blend it out a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna take another brush, and then I am just gonna do small circular motions to blend this shadow out. I feel like on this side where I applied the Milani eyeshadow primer that the shadows are clearer and more vibrant, versus on this side where you can see that it kind of has blended away, and I have actually had to go ahead and reapply it a couple of times. However, it blends out easier on this eye than it does on this eye. So for instance, this purple, I had to work with a lot longer on this side than I had to do on this eye. So I'm wondering if we should take the blue and just apply right here so we get a bunch of different shadows going on, because I kind of want to play today. I'm going to a party later, so I'm definitely gonna be the most colorful girl there. I'm actually gonna be the only girl. This shadow is the one I'm gonna take. Tapping my brush off, and that shadow was called Exoplanet. Ooh, that was pretty. Taking a little bit of the purple shade just to blend this out a little bit. So you know me, pinks, purples, and greens, that's my jam. That's what I want to stick to today. I want to take the shade Galactic Gala. This is a little bit flakier. This is the shade, and that is actually the shade that came broken. But again, I just took a little bit of toilet paper, I applied it on top, and then I used my finger to just press down the shade. Super easy. You don't need to crack the shadow all together and apply like alcohol and stuff like that to just repress it. I just repress it with my fingers, and that works totally fine. However, it is gonna be a little bit loose, I think, so I'm gonna take a Kaleidos brush. This is their S4 brush. If you have some of their original palettes, you know these ones. Here you have a shimmer, and here you have a shimmer. They are way stiffer against like this one that is one of the newer ones, which you have here. They are a lot flakier, so I'm a little bit scared that I will get a lot of fallout. So what I will do is that I will spray my brush. I am also tapping it off, and I'm not spraying my brush like super close. I'm actually spraying it kind of far away, and then I usually do this so I pick up a little bit of that spray on the brush so we don't get it completely wet, because that will obviously ruin everything. So let's try this. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't really care about happy ever after. So since I already have a little bit of that, oh my god, I'm looking in the viewfinder. Oh my god, oh my god. So since I already have a little bit of that spray on my brush, I usually don't apply more right away. I just tap it off and then I apply it again. So maybe if I dip in 3 times, then I apply a little bit more. So I don't do it for each time I dip in. Okay, I kind of want to take another shade as well on my lid, but I don't know which one because I love this so much. Oh, this green shade. I'm gonna take the shade Cosmic Carabed, and that's this one right here. Since this hasn't been broken, it's not as loosely pressed, so I think I'm not gonna spray this one right now, and we're just gonna see how it applies. F me up. And then I always like to blend the shadows together, so I'm taking a bit more of the green shade on the other side of my brush, and then I kind of just love to go back and forth. So I just turn my brush. So now I use the green, now I use the pink, the green. I want to use a little bit more of the green, I think, actually, because I feel like the pink one took over a little bit. Okay, a final touch for this look, and I'm gonna be very careful when I do this, is to take a bit more of the shade Flamingo, tapping it off, and then I'm just gonna feather this in right here, and that completely ruined it. So now I'm taking the shade Lo-Fi once again, and I'm just gonna clean this up. I might actually go in with a liner, but if I do, I'm gonna do that off camera. So I will do my base makeup and everything like that, and then I will be right back. So I did my foundation and cream products. So I used the sponges because this PR collection comes with sponges, and it is really cute. Actually, I'm gonna show you because it comes And this little ice cream cup, so cute. So this is one of the sponge. It just looks like a beauty blender, but it has the reddening of Kaleidos. And then it's this one. Obviously this is the one I have used. This reminds me of my Echo Tools one. It's not the same, but it has the same sort of thingy or cut right up here, but then this is flat on the bottom versus this one that is rounded. I love my Echo Tools one, but the problem is that it breaks so easily. It breaks almost from the first start, which is like from the first wash actually. So I don't purchase it like too often because I find that it is just not worth it because it breaks so much. The Kaleidos ones I love, but if I'm gonna be totally honest, I don't think I would repurchase them unless I went to the website to order something. But for right now, I'm gonna do my under eyes, by the way, while I talk, and I'm gonna take the shade Mardi Gras, which is the pink, no, the purple one. I'm just gonna take it under my eyes. But the problem is that I don't have anything I want to order from Kaleidos because I own almost everything from them. So if I were to repurchase them, I would only buy the sponges, and with taxes and everything, I don't think it would be worth it. But if I went to the website, if they launched like this collection, I would definitely repurchase that sponge. I don't know about the other one because I haven't tried it out yet. Now I'm just taking the shade Flamingo and I am going to put that under my eyes as well. I really want to take Starlight Santana in my inner corner. It's this one. It reminds me of the shade in the Dose of Color Francation palette without the red sparks in it. So this one actually caters towards my need a little bit more, because while I like that, it is a little bit too dark and a little bit too red for me, but this one just reminds me of being like a better version of it. That was the first thing I thought of when I swatched it. It just resembles it so much, even in the texture and formula. But I think I will stay put, and then I will take one of the highlights in my inner corner instead, so we get to use a little bit more. So I've done my mascara and my bronzer, and we're gonna hop into blushes. This is the rose one and this is the peach one. This is the Lo-Fi blushes, duo blushes actually. So the peach one looks like this, and mine actually came broken. I don't know how well you can see, but I just pressed it back with my fingers. And then this is the rose one. I will say that none of these blushes actually screams my name. You guys know I love intense blushes with intense shades, like a very strong pink or a very strong purple. I'm gonna test it out anyway. So I am going to take the rose one, and this is the shade Mood. I'm just gonna take this on my hiccup brush like this. If I were doing this off camera, I would have applied like a liquid blush first, but I wanted this to give it a little bit of a chance. It definitely has pigment to it, but it's not too much. Like, I've dipped in, this is the second time I've dipped in, and I'm applying it a little bit backwards. So this is a very different blush for me. I usually don't wear anything this neutral. I'm gonna take a little bit here as well, and a little bit on my nose. A bit more. You guys know I love that. Okay, let's apply a little bit of this. Ooh, it's a little bit flaky actually. And just apply a little bit on top. Yeah, it applies like a highlighter, so I would say that this is like a blush and a highlight, but I'm applying it just a little bit on top, and we're gonna go in with another highlight. So there is 4 new highlighters, but one is technically not new, which is Ray Rider. I haven't decided if I want to use this or not, or if I want to open this up or not, because the old one, this is the old one. I still really enjoy this one. This is the one I've used the most. It is a little bit of like a orangey champagne peach, as you can see, And then this one is supposed to be a little bit more intense, a little bit more, it's a little lighter. I heard some people talk about it, so I don't know if I'm gonna have this in a giveaway or if I'm gonna apply it myself, but I know that that is not the one I want to use today, so I'm just gonna open it up and show you all of the new highlights. So we have some new packaging. This is obviously the same kind of format, but these ones are shinier versus these ones that's matte. I like the matte one a little bit more, but I don't mind these ones at all. So I'm gonna start off with the Mars Melter. I will say I was a little bit disappointed. I was hoping that this would be a little bit like the red one that I have from Catrice. You guys know I love that one that has a little bit of red in it. I'm gonna pop up some swatches that I did on screen on my Instagram. So this is the shade Moon Cruiser. It obviously has a blue shift to it, and then Diamond Dasher. Okay, this was also one that came broken, so I'm gonna show it to you guys right here. But this one is totally my jam. So that one is probably the one I wanna use today. But I think I wanna use the blue one in my inner corner. And by the way, if you wanted to see the old collection swatched and used and everything, I have an Instagram video, like an IGTV video, where I actually swatch and use the entire collection, and I will link that down below. And even if you don't have an Instagram, you can watch it. That's really cool actually. It almost has like a bluish lavender shift to it. It's not like completely blue. I'm digging this look. Okay, let's see. You see that? That is so pretty. I think this is my new favorite actually. Before it was Ray Rider, now it's this one for sure. This has like a peach to purple, not purple, to pink. And I personally, I just love that. I'm gonna take a little bit there and a little bit there. So we have a little 90s lip going on. Very different for me. Well, maybe not. I took a little bit of my Gerard Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Iced Mocha, and then the little amount that I have left from my lipstick, ColourPop Luxe lipstick in the shade Boy. This is my second tube. It's discontinued, F my life. Last product we're gonna open up. I love these. This is the Lucid Lip in the shade Hypnotize, and I'm just gonna apply it straight on. So now that we have done all of that, I am going to fix my hair just a tad, and then I'll be right back. So let's just talk a little bit about the products that we have used today. Some products we have obviously not used, and this is not a review, this is a first impression, but I don't want to leave you without speaking my thoughts and opinions about each of the products that I have used today. So let me start off with this lip product. As you can see, it doesn't apply this color. First, when I got this and I opened up and I saw the shade, I was like, no, because I thought that it was a metallic liquid lipstick, but it wasn't. It was a Lucid Lip, and I think that this will be gorgeous on its own. I've swatched it obviously, and I think that it will be gorgeous on its own. I already know that I love their lip glosses. I think that they're fantastic. Their liquid lipstick or Lucid Lip toppers, whatever they're called, I cannot make up my mind. Some days I absolutely hate them, some days I absolutely love them. So I have somewhat of a hate-love relationship with them, but it is because they're sheer, sorry. Anyway, that's not the point. This one I really enjoy. I think that it is very lightweight. It doesn't, you know, even though I have a lot of lip product on, it doesn't like lump up and get like these goopy things, which is really nice, because that's like one of the most disgusting things ever. I know that there is one influencer that usually has that goopy thing, and I don't know why, I just get so disgusted with it. I don't think it looks very cute. The sponges I already talked about. This one is dry, this one is wet. Haven't used them. This one I haven't used, this one I have used. I do like it for now. I think that it looks and feels very nice. It is a little bit harsh, but I do like it. The eyeshadow primer, I don't know about this one actually. I have to try it out, and today I'm actually gonna party. I'm gonna be outside, so I will really put this to the test. I will see if my mascara smudges or if my eyeshadow creases, and I will compare it to this one. So I can leave that information in my description box just so you can read up on it in case you wanted to try this out or not, because a lot of the times it can kind of crack or separate if you have hooded eyes, like, you know, where your cracks is. So that information will be down below. I did feel like these shadows were better on my Milani eyeshadow primer side, but I feel like it was better than the Anastasia or P. Louise primer. Let's talk about the blushes, duo blushers. Obviously, I only used the pink and not the peach one. I have to say I love the packaging. I think that the packaging is absolutely gorgeous. And then this is what they look on the back. So pretty. I love the fact that they included a matte and a shimmer. I would say that these ones are a little bit more like a highlight, but obviously if you wanted that effect of a shimmery highlight or a shimmery blush, I would dip between them and then apply it, and not apply like I did, first the matte and then the other one on top. I think that that will be better. They are a little bit too neutral for me. I kind of look at my face and I'm like, what is missing? And I think it is the blush that I'm missing, you know, that extra oomph. So I might go ahead and apply that after I'm done filming. The highlights, obviously I didn't use all of them. One of them I have packed away, the shade Ray Rider. This one, I have to say, this was pleasantly surprised about. I thought that this would be a little bit more blue, but it is almost like a little bit more of like a periwinkle to the blue side. More blue than a periwinkle, but still like a periwinkle. Absolutely stunning. This one I haven't used, so I will just wait on that. But the Diamond Dasher, OM Lee. I think that this is beautiful. This is my new favorite. Ray Rider has been my favorite from the entire collection, or the past collection, ever since I got them, except for the green one, because that's like my favorite eyeshadow. But as a highlight, I think that it is gorgeous, but this one is now my new favorite. I will say that they are a little bit more looser, a little bit more flaky, which means that I saw that after I had applied the highlight and went off camera to go ahead and wash my hands and everything and fix my hair, that I could see that they had kind of applied a little bit all over. So I just went in with my powder brush and just tried to scoop it away or blend it away. But for the next time I will use this, I will probably spray my brush and tap my brush off so that I will get a little bit more perfected application instead of it going a little bit all over the place. But let's talk about the most exciting thing, which is the eyeshadow palette. I think that first and foremost, like the packaging, they always kill it when it comes to packaging. I think that they have a clear vision of what they want their brand to be and what their customer is expecting from them, because we are not expecting like a soft glam. We are expecting colors, we're expecting something to be different, we're expecting cool packaging and different packaging than we have ever seen before. So I think that this is really cool. If you like neat packaging, you will not like this. I know that not everyone loved like the OG ones of these, because some people thought that they were a little bit too bulky, and that's totally fine, that's your opinion. When you open it up, you have this raised bar right here, so it kind of looks a little bit like a computer, and then it has escape, you know, from the computer right here, like the keyboard. I think that that is pretty cool. So if we're just gonna talk about the mattes, I do like them. I will say that the flamingo shade, even when I swatched the palette, I really had to build it up and go in with it several times. So when I applied it to my eyes, I knew that my expectation were a little bit lower. So that shade you kind of have to build up a lot. I will also say that I think that they will stain. If that's something that you don't like, then maybe this isn't for you. But other than that, I think that they applied very nicely. I don't feel like there was any error. I don't feel like there was any skipping or, you know, patchiness. I feel like they blended out. The purple was a little bit tougher to blend out, but just, you know, you kind of have to work with them a little bit. And when you apply shadows like I did today, when I applied the shadow first and then tried to blend, they are always gonna be a little bit tougher to blend out. Now, speaking about the shimmers, I mean, you can see on my eyes, this is why I love the brand. I fell in love with their OG formula when it comes to the shimmers, which is a little bit more compact, but they are so beautiful. I've said it before when I reviewed these two palettes that they came out with, the two extended ones, that I don't want them to discontinue this formula. I don't want them to stop doing the shimmer formula that they have. I don't mind the other formula. I actually love the other formula as well, which is a little bit more similar to this one. It is a little bit flakier. It's not as harshly pressed, but it has way more life to it. It has so much dimension and glitters to it. It has like this beautiful sparkle. So, you know, when the light hits it, it's just beautiful. So that I really love, but as I said, I hope they don't discontinue the formula that they had in their OG palettes. I hope that they can use both of them because I absolutely love them all. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give me a thumbs down. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!